Hey traders, checking out on the cryptocurrency space. So no new all-time high over the weekend. Bitcoin is currently within a tightening range. We're going to look at the short-term timeframes to help us gauge clues as to whether or not an all-time high is coming this week or whether we need weekly consolidation first. We're also going to take a look at our mining stocks, which are feeling euphoria and breaking out, and there are definitely some opportunities there as well. So we'll start going through the miners here quickly. First, we looked at MARA, cup and handle on the daily time frame, and it played out and it got huge follow through. So very notable breakout on MARA. It's one of our lead bulls. We've got two resistance levels of 54.52 and 57.75, and after that level, things can get wild. Look at the lack of resistance over the mid 50s, and of course we want to see Bitcoin and blue sky breakout if the hype and euphoria is going to continue. These names are on back burner watch, where that means we're watching for first 5-minute oversold conditions from here, scouting an hourly high or low. So we don't want to just be chasing these names that are breaking out. We want to be timing our entries with good risk and reward. So at this point, 5-minute oversold entries looking for hourly high or lows are what we are looking for. So MARA is a lead bull. HUT is a lead bull that is already testing all-time highs. After $13, this name's got nothing. So again, euphoria can hit these names, and I was very surprised to compare. Bitcoin in the last 13 months is up something like 550%. And everybody on social media is comparing Bitcoin to gold, Bitcoin to stocks, Bitcoin to everything. What about Bitcoin to miners? These miners are up, even Riot, that's weaker now, but thousands of percent over the same period of time. MARA is up over 3,000%, while Bitcoin's up 550%. So the better place to have your money is in cryptocurrency stocks. There's no other way to cut it as far as if we're just talking about performance. So HUT has about 20% of the dollar volume that MARA does. So it's going to be more volatile in both directions, and just in general, a more risk to reward, a higher risk and higher reward play. We know Riot is going to go up if Bitcoin's going up. Just in general, it's way weaker than these names. Both of those names are about to test levels where there's a lack of resistance. Riot is not anywhere in the picture of doing so. So that doesn't mean Riot's going to go down while Bitcoin's going up. It just means that there's other names that are set up better as far as lack of resistance. So I would love to see Bitcoin all-time highs and these miners just explode with a lack of resistance. And they've already started, and they're already gearing up here. And now we just need Bitcoin to help with the follow through. But these names are now on top watch as a day trader every single day. I know I can be looking at HUT and MARA for day trading opportunities because there's significant volatility in both directions. So definitely want to cover all aspects of markets. As you know, we do stocks a lot as well, and this is one of them. And we can be looking for clues as well in these names. And if I'm a Bitcoin bull and all my money's in Bitcoin, I want these miners to do well. I want there to be euphoria all over the place. We're on the same team. Bitcoin, daily high or low is set down at 58.9 thousand, and we're testing our recent high of 62.9. And we did reject initially, so we are currently within a tightening range. And if we look at it on the 12-hour time frame, it's a high, low, lower high, higher low equilibrium. We can make a simple statement and say that the bulls have complete control as long as the 12-hour, 12-period EMA continues to hold. Because that's been the case ever since the daily equilibrium broke bull. It hasn't lost that level. And even these dips, we just keep holding it. So that's a great sign. If we lose that, if we drop down and break 58.9, we then have to have the possibility in our brains that we consolidate on the weekly time frame. We would look for a weekly inside bar this week if we break 58.9, make that 59.8 thousand. But there's a ton of space for weekly higher lows, and you better believe there would be a lot of bulls buying weekly higher low dips. So again, my monthly swing trade position from the 30,000 break, stop is moved up, and I would enter more scaling in, averaging up for that position, looking for another weekly higher low if we do get weekly consolidation. And I am not alone as far as people that would be looking to do that. There would be a lot of dip buyers, but we're not going to see that if we keep holding 12-hour EMA 12 support. If Bitcoin keeps that EMA and breaks out 65,000 plus, the crypto mining stocks are going to go wild, and I'm going to keep focusing on Bitcoin until a temporary top is set and we have a sideways daily range that we're going to trade within, and then I look to altcoins. So I have no interest in Ethereum. There are definitely going to be altcoins that have day trading opportunities or short-term opportunities that are more significant for the bulls compared to Bitcoin. But if we're just talking big picture generalization, if I want to keep it simple, focus on Bitcoin until we get an all-time high. And then once we set that high and start some daily consolidation and set a sideways range, then I'm looking at alts. And that's how I am approaching this space. Trader Pro alert, we had another hourly back burner. So again, the back burner is after a notable bull move, first oversold conditions. The last one on the hourly was one of the best times to buy. And now this one on the hourly, one of the best times to buy. So it's a good sign that the bulls keep buying these dips, and a good alert to keep an eye on. Unsolicited review right on time as I was making this video from a member. Trader Pro is a game changer. Finally feel like they can breathe, setting up a template and walking away from the computer to do other things. Life changing. Couldn't have asked for a better review. Much appreciated. And shout out to the Trader Pro team that does it all, because I don't do anything with it except utilize it and talk about it. So traderpro.com, check it out. Free to play around with. And then you pay for the alerts. The better alerts. Dominance chart breaking out. Continuing its move up, we're looking at the weekly level of 48.92. And if we reject, we'll have a tightening pattern. But as long as the daily uptrend remains intact, the bulls keep their complete control. Anything above 44.43 will be a higher low. And again, this is just all you need to see as far as why am I focusing on Bitcoin? That uptrend right there. If we lose that daily uptrend, things will change. But otherwise, Bitcoin gets the attention as long as that is the case. And I do believe that we can keep going up as long as Bitcoin has not topped out on an initial all-time high push. Ethereum, daily consolidation underway, inside bar, still a strong chart overall, just as far as maintaining the daily uptrend, and EMA 12 support is just weaker than Bitcoin. We're trying to set a 4-hour higher low right now. We can see a bit of an equilibrium on the 4-hour is forming. Trying for the higher low. But you look at ETH BTC, dropping down to test the lowest level it's been at in months, shows us that Ethereum is the weakest it's been comparative to Bitcoin in multiple months. So I'm looking for this daily downtrend to remain intact until Bitcoin hits a temporary top, ideally 70,000 plus. SHIB USDT, so we checked in, we had the clear bear entry on the inside bars breaking bear. Had a friend over for a cookout over the weekend and haven't talked to him in a bit, and he said that he was all over that bear trade, so I like to hear that. Then we got, and his point was that the way that I described it, he's been listening to me for years and knows that I don't usually talk that convincingly one-sided about trades. So he was taking that as a little bit of a clue, as it being a higher probability, and it played out. Then we held daily EMA 12. We just had an announcement of SHIB, I think it was, Robinhood, being added to Robinhood. So that led to a spike here on the hourly. Not a ton of follow through, but it is a 4-hour trend change to the bulls with a higher low and higher high. So I'm looking for a daily tightening range now. Good old-fashioned equilibrium. I'm viewing it as the high and the low on the same candle. Then a lower high, higher low, and now anything under 3.2 is just another lower high remaining within a tightening range. The bulls keep bigger picture control if daily EMA 12 maintains as support and if the higher lows are maintained. But it's possible we set another lower high and continue to tighten. Bulls need to maintain volume and momentum if we are going to see a test of the recent highs. I just got distracted because Tesla is pushing hard towards all-time highs. Definitely benefiting from Bitcoin's strength and trying to get that euphoria train running. SHIB BTC. So a lot more space for a daily lower high to form. So again, keeping an eye on this as well. It's the same equilibrium. It's just a bit different position. And we'll look for that daily lower high on SHIB BTC. Sol USDT, weekly time frame is tightening up nicely, but it's not detailed enough. It was detailed enough until now. So what does that mean? I find a different time frame that I like for the details. I did the same thing with Bitcoin. Remember, I was looking at Bitcoin and watching for a monthly lower high? And then I saw, well, we might set the 2-week equilibrium and higher low. And I switched to the 2-week time frame for a bit more detail and a bit more clarity. And then, of course, the ETF momentum. Speaking of ETFs, as far as I'm concerned, that's done now. We're moving on. Now it's just all price action and whether or not we hit all-time highs. So congrats with the ETFs based on futures. We want ETFs based on spot and actual physical holdings to drive the price up. This is nice for headlines and nice for momentum. And I'm moving on. It's really nothing. It's a non-event for me at this point. So it's nice that we didn't sell off. I like that it's not a sell the news reaction at this point. But 2-day time frame for Sol. Little sidetrack there. Equilibrium. All-time high. Come on. Trading View is not letting me do my lines, but we got our high, low, lower high, higher low, potentially forming another lower high. 178 is the most important resistance for me from here. And support, 137.61 is the most important support. And watching for a break here, probably sometime within the next 10 trading days or so. Worth keeping an eye on. Sol BTC continues to have this chart favoring the bears. As long as it keeps dropping down and does not find a weekly high or low, we have to see the BTC pairing give a shift in momentum. So I got a question today. When are we looking at laggards? We have some really beat up altcoins. When do we know that they're not just lead bears to be playing, that we should be looking bullish on these laggards? Again, for me, I do believe that Bitcoin needs an all-time high, needs to top out for them to us be focusing on the altcoin space for any kind of follow through. Because as long as Bitcoin is within a certain percentage distance of its all-time high, that's where the attention's going to be. So I will say on these videos when I'm shifting my focus to those altcoins, and it has to come after an all-time high. So ADA USDT is a lead bear. It's tightening up. 207, 202, 191 are our supports. New resistance is 225. Anything under that keeps the bears in control. This is going to be one to watch. Not right now. It's in free fall. It's a falling knife. We have a stair step down pattern. And again, on our YouTube channel, that is a video, stair step strategy. But a lower high, aside from one tiny little candle in there, a little upper wick, it's a lower high every single day, essentially for an entire month. Now, 3 weeks. But that's still very significant. The daily RSI is crushed. We know these pairings can get overextended on the RSI. 3089 is a support level to be watching for a potential bottom fish for real aggressive bulls. But what I want to see is a Bitcoin all-time high, a run up for a few days at the least, a temporary top set, a solid flush down of 10% plus, and on that flush down, in my opinion, the alts will be getting extreme, and that's when I want to buy some alts. That's what I'm looking for. All right. I appreciate you tuning in. We'll continue to check in on things, keeping an eye on those miners. Love that volatility there. And again, just from a US perspective, I can trade 10 times the dollar volume on these stocks for free, in and out all day, comparative to Bitcoin. So it's not even a contest as to which is better for trading, in my opinion. But if you have fees where you live in Europe trading stocks, it's obviously different. So I'm done talking. My brain's all over the place. I hope you're well, and we'll check back in soon. Do a good thing.